see here, this is a 27 cholesterol. Now this in the left side upper corner is a 27 skeleton. Is called, chemically it is called cholesteins. Chemically it is called cholesteins. If it becomes 24 carbon atom, then becomes cholanes. Okay. Now the difference between cholesteins and the cholanes. Cholestein is a 27 skeleton, whereas 24 skeleton is, if some of the 3 carbon atom is now you clip it, then it becomes 24 skeleton, that is called cholanes. If you clip further, if you further 3, then what happens? This, if there is 21 skeleton, then it is called pregnans. For example, pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is a 21 skeleton. That's why we call pregnenolone, why a different name, no, in the textbook. That I am just explaining that, okay? Because then it becomes easy to understand why this is the nomenclature of steroid. Nucleus is very important to understand pharmacological drugs, biochemical findings, and everything. So that's why I am not little bit talking about the chemistry of structural notation nomenclature of steroid nucleus. So now 27 skeleton is called cholesteins, 24 skeleton is called pregnans, and 21 skeleton is called pregnans. Example is pregnenolone. If you go further shorten the structure, 19 skeleton is called androsten's. See? Androstenedione, androsten's. Okay? And if you go further, one carbon atom shorter, then now if you remove the methyl group from this position, and then it becomes 18 carbon atom, that is, they are called strains. Okay, strains. Now remember, cholesteins, cholanes, pregnans, androsten's, strains. Okay, 27 carbon atom, 24 carbon atom, 21 carbon atom, 19 carbon atom, 18 carbon atom. So these hormones actually can see the steroid hormones now fall on this group. Either they are in 21 carbon atom, either they have 19 carbon atom, either they have, or they have 18 carbon. Okay. So this is how that this NAM has come up. Okay, NAM has not just been about that haphazardly. Okay, it has been some rules that that the nomenclature has been done. Okay, actually this is done by organic chemist, but actually we should also know something about this. Okay, that's why we should understand. Okay, Deepika सुन्नेको छ?
छ sir.
Okay, so then we'll go further. Then comes the usage of NOR terminology. NOR. You have encountered in the symbol that is a neurotransmitter epinephrine and norepinephrine. Okay, epinephrine and norepinephrine. NOR is why we use NOR. Here, this is example because it is used for some purpose. That's why now this is a. For example, if there is 27 skeleton cholesteins, now if you remove this methyl group here, okay, then it becomes NOR. 18, 18 in 18 position, the methyl group is removed. That's why it becomes 18 NOR C21 skeleton, 18 NOR cholestein. So NOR means removing the methyl group. Okay. NOR means norepinephrine is a without methyl group, epinephrine is a with methyl group. That's why similarly, if you remove the methyl group, one of the methyl group, then it becomes NOR. Very important to understand. Okay, so why NOR? Okay, in so many textbooks in pharmacology, physiology, in biochemistry, you can see NOR terminology used. So, so that's why I'm explaining why it is being used. So this is, if you remove the one of the methyl group, then it becomes NER compound. The example is in 19 skeleton methyl, if now if the 19 skeleton methyl group is there, if you remove in the 19 position methyl now in this position, then it becomes a 19 NER C19 skeleton. Okay, so 19 NER androsten. See, so this is how this NER is used. Removal of NER means you can just guess that one of the methyl groups has been removed. Okay, present in the structure has been removed.
10, 11, 45 भरे पनि छैन नियर बाइ दसमा सक्दैन 1:45 देखि हुन्छ
Okay, then now I have just explained some chemistry. Then we call female sex hormones. They are called estrogens and progestins. Okay, female sex hormones are they are controlled by follicular stimulating hormone, stimulate the production of estrogens. Luteinizing hormone stimulate the production of progestins. Okay, now this is the difference. Follicular stimulating hormone stimulate the production of estrogens. Luteinizing hormone stimulate the production of progestins. Okay. Now natural estrogens. Natural now because there are some synthetic estrogens also. Okay, that's why we are called in physiological compound we call natural. Okay, this is present in the biological system. That's why we call natural animals. So now this is the structure of 17 beta estradiol. Okay, 17 beta estradiol. This is the structure of 17 beta estradiol. Now this is the structure of estrone because there is a keto group here. Because there is estrone, and this is estriol. This compound is now this is excreted mostly. Okay? This estriol is excreted in urine. It has 3 hydroxyl group here, mostly. Okay, so these are 3 naturally occurring estrogens. Okay, the excreted by human ovary, it has 1/3 of the effect of estradiol. This estriol. It is the metabolite by oxidation of estradiol. This estriol. Okay. This is the structure of estradiol. Okay. This is the structure of estradiol. This is aromatic ring. You know, in a ring there is aromatization. Now testosterone has been aromatized and it has become estradiol. Now you can see here. There is methyl group, OH group, 2 OH group. That's why it is called diol. Okay. So this is there, and then these 3 forms are found in the female. Okay. Estradiol, it is the main physiological active compound. There is estrone and there is estriol. This is excretory. Mostly this female sex hormone is excreted in this form, estriol, in the urine. Okay. This. Now, what is the use of these estrogens and progesterones? Birth control pills, failure of ovarian development, menstrual disturbance can occur because of this, suppress lactation after birth, postmenopausal osteoporosis would be there if there is deficiency, then prostatic cancer would be there. So some relation with this. So that's why we have we study this. Okay, the side effect. If you take a lot of if you take, there is side effects of this female sex hormone also, nausea. Active as estradiol, longer duration of action, orally active, cheap. So it is used in contraceptives. Disadvantage is that increase the risk of uterine cancer. Uses treatment of prostatic. Now it is used for treatment of prostatic cancer. Okay, this is what. Cholestyramine is non-steroidal estrogens are there, not non-steroidal. Tris-P-ancylchloroethene active orally. Okay, This is very different structure. This is non-steroidal. Then another is xenoestrogens, environmental estrogens. Estrogenic compounds with weak activity present in food and drinks. Isoflavones and comestan derivatives present in the family Leguminosae are example of xenoestrogen. Leguminosae means the peanuts are like that. So this is genistein and comestro. They are environmental estrogen. Their estrogens are present in the food. Okay, you should also know about that. Okay, something about that. Deepika, सुन्नेको छ?
छ सर।
ल cancer. So these antagonists are used for the treatment of estrogenic dependent cancer. Okay. Anti-estrogens. Anti-estrogens means they are anti means something like that. But now this is one of the very important is clomiphene. Short name is clomid. The structure is very different from that. Okay. Now it acts as a ovulation stimulant by increasing gonadotropin hormone. Okay. Clomiphene, very important drug. It acts as a ovulation stimulant by increasing gonadotropin hormone. 50 milligram dose for 5 days starting from 50 above menstruation. If ovulation does not occur, the dose is increased to 100 milligram. So that an ovulatory cycle, if there is no ovulation for some females, now it is to, if we are giving these drugs, then the ovulation can happen. Okay, that is the purpose of giving this drug, clomiphene. Then another important drug is tamoxifen, RCH3CH2, used in treatment of early and advanced breast cancer in postmenopausal women. Okay, tamoxifen, very common drug, tamoxifen. Progestins. Now we were discussing estrogens. Now progestins. Progesterone is the major natural progestins secretion by the ovary, mainly the corpus luteum during the second half of the menstrual cycle. Physical the development of the endometrium, development of the mammary gland and during pregnancy. Milk secretion starts when its level decreases with birth. Thermogenic action. Okay. Now this is the structure is like that. Pregnant for in 320 dione. Okay. Pregnant alone. So this is a 21 carbon atom. Okay. We have in the beginning we have discussed about the structure. Okay. Classification. Pregnant alone. 21 carbon atom. Okay. So this is why pregnant alone the name come up that we have discussed. Okay. So this is very important. Okay. Structural activity relationship of pregnenolone is that steroidal nucleus is essential for activity, have some androgenic activity also. Removal of the 19th methyl group increases activity. This 19th group methyl group if removed, then activity is increased. On saturation of the ring B or C increases the activity. If there is double bond, this and this ring, the activity will increase. Removal of the keto function remove androgenic activity. If you remove the keto function, then androgenic activity is removed. Okay. Now this is now these pharmacist people, how the development of drug they do like that. Okay. Something they remove from the structure and they see the effect, and some they add the something and then they see the effect like that. Okay. This is done by pharmacist. Okay. In the development of drug. Now there is a synthetic drug related with the progesterone also. One of the very important drug that we use frequently is linestrone, semi-synthetic progestin with pure progesterogenic activity. Now, if you look at the structure compare the structure of progesterone, natural one, and the linen estrol, there you can see here, the now this activity is there. Now this triple bond is now added here, this position, CH6, okay? Ethinyl group, like that. Ethinyl group is added here. Then it becomes linestrenol, okay? Now this is done by pharmacist, okay? Pharmacist, they develop like that. Usage of linestrol is used as a contraceptive pills. Now it is used has been used in uterine bleeding. It prevents abortion. Okay, threatened abortion, especially habitual abortion. Sometimes if the progesterone level is very low, there can be a threatened abortion. Okay, abortion. Now the female who is having frequent abortion because of the deficiency of this progesterone, then we can supplement this by linenstrol that prevents abortion. Okay, very important drug. During your practice, you will do like that. Okay, in the gynecology, if you become a gynecologist, then you have to use this hormone as a supplement for the prevention of abortion. Okay, but then you are using for amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea to regularize the amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea, endometriosis also. Suppression of lactation, it has been used for the suppression of lactation also. Now, sometimes you are using this drug in the endometrial, renal, and breast carcinoma, and it also enhances respiration for hyperventilation. The side effect is that there can be nausea, vomiting, irregular bleeding, edema, weight gain, breakthrough bleeding, breast discomfort, like that. Okay? दीपिका सुन्नेको छ?
sir.
Okay. Another very important drug, which is injectable form. Now it has been used previously very frequently, injectable contraceptive, injectable, okay? It has a medroxyprogesterone, Provera, Depo-Provera. We were calling this at Depo-Provera, or sometimes short is Provera. Now, in my time, when I was a medical student, this drug was being used very frequently for the contraceptive purpose by females, okay? Depo-Provera injection. Now, but now this can be oral contraceptive also. It has been used as a oral also nowadays. Okay, oral contraceptives. Okay, something is there, and another drug is very important. Progestin antagonist. Very important drug is mifepristone. It competes with the progestin receptors. It is used as a contraceptive and abortifacient. Abortifacients. Okay, abortifacients means it helps in abortion. Now, coming to the male sex hormones. The luteinizing hormone or interstitial cell stimulates the hormone ICSS stimulates the production of androgens. The luteinizing hormone was called previously as a ICSS. Okay, the full form is interstitial cell stimulating hormone. Okay, now this is responsible for the secretion of testosterone. Androgenic steroids, physiological activities. What is the physiological activity of these androgenic steroids? Primarily two activities, androgenic and anabolic. Remember, androgenic and anabolic. Androgenic activities, growth and development of male sex organs, important for the male sex drive and performance, development of secondary sexual characteristics, important for role in spermatogenesis. Anabolic activities, development of muscle mass, reverse catalytic or tissue depleting process, okay? And side effect is the sodium and water retention, leads to edema, masculinization of women, and hepatic dysfunction. These are the side effects, okay? Natural androgen is testosterone. There are two natural one, dihydrotestosterone and testosterone. This is the structure of testosterone, and this is the structure of dihydrotestosterone. Now you can see hydrogen here. Okay, this is drawn by 5-alpha reductase. Now this is in the third position there is a keto group. 3, 4, 5. Fifth position there is one more hydrogen is added. That's why this is called dihydrotestosterone. This testosterone is converted into dihydrotestosterone by 5-alpha reductase. Okay, 5-alpha reductase enzyme. Now this is more potent. This dihydrotestosterone is more potent than testosterone. Okay, and remember the structure of dihydrotestosterone and the testosterone. There is one extra hydrogen in the fifth position. Okay, beta anomers. So dihydrotestosterone reduct 5-alpha position. So 5-alpha reductase. The name of the enzyme is 5-alpha reductase. Now we'll also study the structural activity relationship of these male androgens also. Steroid, now for the function, steroid skeleton is necessary, and electronegative may not be oxygen at 3% is required. Okay, this oxygen is required here. A and B ring fusion should be either trans or presence of a double bond at 4th position. You can see here. And alkyl group, methyl group at 17-alpha position is necessary. Okay, here 17 position is necessary. Anabolic activity, and alkyl group at 7-alpha confers oral activity. Oral activity also. So this is about the structural activity relationship of androgens. Okay. Now testosterone. This is the structure of testosterone. There is a keto group, there is a double one here, there is a methyl group in the 17 and 19 position, there is hydroxyl group. Okay. So this is a in male FSH stimulates sperm production and LH stimulates secretion of testosterone. Okay. Medical use, treatment of hypogonadism, decrease functional activity of the gonads, thus resulting in lower amounts of testosterone. We can supplement this. Androgen process anabolic activity, treatment of breast cancer in menopausal women, we give testosterone. Dysmenorrhea, but of the advantage of our progesterone and estrogen. Okay, sometime in dysmenorrhea, we can use testosterone. Okay, this is the medical use of testosterone. You remember the side effects also, adverse effects of testosterone also. If you give lot of longer duration and lot of time, then virilization occur. Female is now virilization occur in females. Feminizing side effects in male, and precocious puberty, early puberty, and stunted growth may be there. And cholestatic jaundice may occur. Enlargement of prostate can occur. Atherosclerosis can be enhanced. Hepatic carcinoma may develop. Edema because of some mineral quite activity. There can be some retention of fluid and sodium. The edema can develop. Okay? So these are the adverse effect of testosterone. Now, let us look about some androgenic drugs. 17-alpha methyl testosterone. Now, if you know there is methyl group is added. Now, pharmacists are added methyl group this position. Okay, this job is done by pharmacists. So now this is orally active, prolonged action, and androgenic and anabolic effects. Okay. Now, fluoxymethostrone. Now they have added methyl group, fluoride here, fluoride also. Fluoride. So 10 times more potent than testosterone. Okay. Anabolic steroids, something now, write short notes on anabolic steroids. Then you can write, okay, in short question, two number question. If the university asks us questions, then we write class of steroid hormones related to the male hormone testosterone. Increase protein synthesis within cells, which results in growth of the muscle. Okay. Also have androgenic properties, which include the development and maintenance of male characteristics. Have both medical and sport performance uses. Okay, anabolic steroids. Now the anabolic steroids has two different but overlapping effects. Anabolic promotes cell growth, increase protein synthesis, appetite also increased, bone remodeling and growth will be there, and production of red blood cells, okay, will be here. Increase the size of the muscle fibers, hypertrophy. In athletes, you can see here, leading to increase in muscle mass and strength. Okay, that's why it is being misused by these people, sports people. Okay, and it also decreases the amount of fat in muscle. Okay, decrease the amount of fat in muscle. Now, two effects where I have discussed about anabolic steroid. I have two effects. One is anabolic effect, and other one is androgenic effect. If in Viva, what are the effects of anabolic steroids? Then you can say that there are two effects. One is anabolic effect and androgenic effects. Anabolic effect we discussed just now, and now what is the androgenic effect then? The androgenic effect is a virilizing effect. Okay, virilizing means development and maintenance of male characteristics, even in female. Increased growth of a pubic hair, beard, chest, and limb hair in female also. Okay, environment of vocal cords, sound, piece of the sound will be changed. Okay, and the suppression of natural sex hormone. So these are the androgenic effects of anabolic steroids. Okay. In anabolic effect, there will be increase the size of the muscle. Okay. Whereas androgenic effect, there is virilization and sound characteristics. Pitch sound is impaired. The hair distribution, like male characteristics, will be found in the female also. Okay, it's like that. Adverse effects are most side effects are dose dependent, elevated blood pressure, increased LDL cholesterol and decreased HDL cholesterol, increased risk of cardiovascular disease and coronary artery disease, arrhythmias and heart attacks. Okay, if there is a chronic use. So mostly cardiac problem and hypercholesterolemia. Okay, this is related with anabolic. These are the adverse effects of anabolic steroids. Okay. Now that's why I'm discussing here in the biochemistry class, because it has a tremendous effect. Anabolic effects. Now, if you misuse it, now it has a tremendous effect in the cardiovascular system and the lipid metabolism. Okay, that's why I'm telling you this class. Okay, that's the importance. Okay, because of this. Okay. Now, you can see here in the photograph, accelerate the rate of premature baldness, male and female, acne, stimulate the sebaceous gland, liver damage, cancer, increased demand for liver as oral steroids are changed, increased viability and stability. Okay, cancer, liver cancer can happen. Okay, can see. Tendon rupture has been linked to anabolic steroids. Tendon can rupture, stiffer and less elastic tendon. Probability tendon does not adapt as fast. Gynecomastia, development of breast tissue in males. Conversion of testosterone to estrogen by an aromatase enzyme will be there. Temporary infertility, decreased production of sperm. Okay. testicular atrophy caused by decreased levels in natural testosterone. These are the side effects of anabolic steroids. Behavioral effects. It's controversial, but there is a mood swings, aggression, wide rage, mania, depression, withdrawal, dependence. Like you can see by you can look at the picture. Now this is aggressive nature is shown here in the figure. Okay. Now this is supposed to have the effect of adverse effect of anabolic steroids. Okay. दीपिका देखिएको छ?
sir.
Okay. Medical use of anabolic steroids are bone marrow stimulation. In aplastic anemia, we give bone for stimulation of bone marrow. We give then growth stimulation. Okay, but previously it has been used for growth stimulation. Nowadays we are using growth hormone as well. Appetite stimulators, AIDS, cancer people, for cancer people, appetite stimulation, introduction of male puberty, external delay, then reversal of male contraceptives, maybe in the future use may be there, hormone replacement therapy for men, and gender dysmorphia, psychiatric. If there is a dysmorphia, gender, they can have the psychiatric problem. Sometimes we can use that. Okay, this is a psychiatric thing. Okay. So this is the use of medical use of anabolic steroid. Now there are a lot of 17-alpha methyl testosterone, 17-alpha methyl testosterone, methyl primobolan. Now a lot of drug, DHEA, a lot of drug are available in the market. Okay, and see here, injectable anabolic steroids, oral. You can see a lot of things. Testosterone, boldenone, stanozolol, oral form as well. Okay, not available in the market. People are misusing it actually because this, especially the sports people. But it should be distributed very controlled manner. Okay, and otherwise there is a chance of misuse of these drugs. Okay. Synthetic are also available. Norethanolone, orally active anabolic effects. Okay. Norethanolone, this is the structure. Stanozol. Okay, this stanozolol. Norethanolone. This is the structure, and this is the testosterone structure for one. This is the norethanolone. Okay, and this is the stanozolol structure. So this pharmacy people have seen add something here. You can see here C2S5 here in this position, and they are made this synthetic one, and they have CS3 and okay. Then NS group here, your nitrogen now in aromatic ring, the nitrogen is replaced, and then it becomes stanozol. So these are the these things has been done by pharmacists. Okay, they replace something and see the effect, and this how the drug now this is developed like that. Okay, by changing the structure of a compound. Okay. Metholone is another one, and oxandrolone is another one, nandrolone is another one. So there is now by changing the structure, okay? By changing the structure, they make this drug. Testosterone. Testosterone has anabolic effect 1 and 1. Testosterone esters also have propionate, enanthate, cypionate have 1 activity. And this 17-alpha methyl testosterone has also this, and fluoxamine Fluoxymestrostone has also 1,1 action. Now, if you nandrolone has 2.5 anabolic, 1 androgenic. Oxymetholone has 2.5 anabolic and 1. This is the effect. Some synthetic has more anabolic effect than androgenic effect. Okay, that's why these people are making these sports people are now misusing it. Okay, they are using more anabolic one. Okay, like nandrolone, oxymetholone, like that. Tenazole, it has 3 even. Bromosterone has more potent anabolic one, 4 compared to 1 androgenic. There are androgenic antagonists also. This is a danazole, very common drug. This is a weak androgenic anabolic progesterone and glucocorticoid action. Other one is cyprotenone acetate, glutamide, 5-alpha reductase inhibitors like this 5-alpha reductase inhibitors. They prevent conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, used for treatment of benign BPS, benign prostatic hypertension. Okay, 5-alpha inhibitor. Okay, this is what. Danazole, you can see. Finasteride, this is used in finasteride, okay? This is 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. This is mostly used drug in prostate people, okay? BPS people. Cyprotenone acetate are used in prostatic cancer. Flutamide is also used in prostate cancer. Male contraceptives are now, there is a concept of male contraceptives also nowadays. But now this is not rarely used, but there's one compound that is being produced is that is a name is gossypol, is a phenolic compound present in cottonseed oil. Okay, and decreases what is the property is that it is present in cottonseed oil. Okay, and this is a natural one, and this it has been found that it decreases the number of sperms and impairs their motility. Okay, and its effect is reversible. So side effect is hypokalemia, weakness, diarrhea, and eating. Okay? Now this is maybe, but don't use like that. Okay, it's a contraceptive. But just for the purpose of completion of I have shown this. Now this thing. Okay. I think I have covered this. Some of the main purpose of doing today's lecture was to see how chemistry is related with the structural functional relationship. We can modify the natural compound and produce a synthetic one, more potent sometime, and orally can give like that. And so this is now this is some chemistry is involved here. Okay, that's why the biochemistry is involved here. That's why I have taken this class today class regarding male and female sex hormones. Not only natural one, but some synthetic one also. Now this is being taught by pharmacology people also. But I am also tell from biochemical point, chemical point also. I have given you some hints, okay, regarding that. Now, first of all, now then, vitamin, I am not this thing I have done several times. So, Deepika.
हजुर सर
ओके ठिक छ आजको क्लास कस्तो भयो त
राम्रो भयो सर
किनभने I was telling you what is the structure is important to understand the physiology also, okay? Chemical structure, some nomenclature, and something about 21 carbon atom compound, how you can name them, 19 carbon atom, how you do name them, and then 18 carbon atom, how to name them. Then what is this nomenclature is that this NOR is used, NOR terminology, how you can use in NOR terminology in this mostly in the hormones, especially the steroid hormones, which sometimes we have to use NOR terminology. we have discussed something about this natural male hormones, female hormones, and the synthetic one. Okay, their function, their side effects as well. So remember these points. Once you remember these points, then it becomes very easy to understand pharmacology also during your practice, to understand physiology also. Biochemistry is there always. So this is the thing. Okay. Although we started very by something problem was there in the beginning, but the later on we went smoothly this class. Okay, Deepika, then we'll discuss. I think tomorrow is also a class, so I'll discuss tomorrow on menstrual cycle. Very simple way I'll describe menstrual cycle. Very simple. I have made a very simple slide for menstrual cycle, so, and some abnormalities of the menstruation, some conditions like that, dysmenorrhea, menorrhagia, like that. So we'll discuss tomorrow on menstrual cycle, and then another class will be, I think, on Friday or Tuesday, Thursday. We'll discuss on the test, biochemical test for infertility. Okay, so please be present there. Very important, because if this